Okay, so finger style, 5-string banjo to clawhammer 5-string banjo. All right. Finger style or scrug style overall is usually considered more difficult because there's lots of grinding to get up to a consistent speed and tempo. And clawhammer style as being a little bit easier, which I think overall for the stretch may be true, but the initial motions I think of clawhammer are more difficult than finger picking. Almost anyone can pick up a banjo and at least do the right motion for finger picking. It might be awkward, but they usually can do it without any experience because it's just curling your fingers and picking the string. We've seen it all done. We do other things that are similar in our life. But clawhammer is weird. There's really not a lot of other playing systems like it, except for the ones that are related to it, like, stroke style and various playing styles in West Africa and stuff. Yeah, this is weird to try and do this. So the bread and butter of 3-finger style would be probably something like this. Rolls and vamps, and the bread and butter for clawhammer is this. It's called the bum ditty, right? So it's called that because it goes bum ditty, bum ditty, bum ditty, bum ditty, bum ditty. You've got the bum, the note, and the ditty, which we'd call a brush or a strum thumb because I'm strumming and then I'm hitting this with my thumb. All right, so we have to get from this to this. All right, so you said you played fingerstyle 2 and 3, so we'll go from 2-finger style to clawhammer. So we're just going to use these 2 fingers, okay? Boom. Now pretend like you're playing 2-finger style, okay? And just pluck this string and then this one. That's the ditty part, right? That sounds ditty, ditty. Now, it's not the ditty part because it's not how clawhammer works, but so we can do that very, very easily, I'm sure. I'm sure you have no problem going ditty, 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 ditty. But that's up picking, so we need to translate it to down picking. So the way to do that, step 1, you just did it. Step 2 is to change from this pick to a flick. You're going from a pick to a flick. So instead of plucking up on the string, you're flicking down on it, all right? So now we went from this to now we want to do this. Ditty, 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 ditty. So that's probably not that hard. It's a little bit harder than this, but you could probably manage it. So is that clawhammer? No, because though your fingers are doing the right thing, your overall hand is not. When I'm doing clawhammer, I'm not going like this. I'm going like this. So we have to get our fingers to do this without moving our fingers. We want to move our hand instead. So this is where the clawhammer part comes from. This is why it's called clawhammer, because you want to form your hand into a claw or a C, all right? Now, a lot of people have trouble with this, so you can grab something to sort of like support your hand. A lot of people will use a credit card, and you can go like this. All right? So you can either use a credit card or, try it nude. All right, so yeah, we just did this. So now we have to do the same thing with our C-shaped claw. And the way to do that is we're going to sort of use our forearm as a fulcrum here. And we're going to go like this. You want to strike down, but not down this way, down this way. Like this is a hammer and your string is the nail. And it's coming out of the banjo head. So you want to nail that down. It's probably hard to see with the sun, but... So I do the C shape, and my fingernail strikes this string, and at the same time that it touches this string, my thumb touches this string. But it doesn't sound it yet. You gotta wait. Diddy, 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 diddy. So we've gone from this to this to now this. I'm making this look easy because I've been doing this for a long time at this point. But it probably won't be that easy for you. This is real easy. And this isn't that bad. But this is hard. Now, you want to try and keep your hand in that C shape, at least for now. A lot of players will, branch out into different hand shapes. I tend to have a flatter one a lot of the time. But for right now, you want to go like this. So, keep practicing that. Make sure you can do this. That's the ditty part. Now we have to make the bum part, okay? So the bum part is, you can pick any of these strings. I mean, theoretically you can pick any string, but you should pick one, either the fourth, you should pick either the fourth, the third, or the second string as your initial bum note. So remember what we did here? We went from this to this, so we're striking that string, and thumb sound this one. So now we want to strike a different string. We want to pick one of these strings in the middle. So let's just pick the fourth string, the low string, okay? And we'll just hit that like this. And if you're struggling, you start with that same thing I did before. You go like this, to this, to this. And like with the ditty, when your fingernail hits this low string, your thumb needs to hit this short string too. But we're not sounding it this time like we do with the ditty. We're just going and then removing it soundlessly, right? So go like this. Keep working on this. I sounded it that time accidentally. It's okay if you do. It's going to take a lot of time. And you're going to hit other strings. You're going to hit lots of other strings. That's okay. It takes practice. So we've got the bum, right? That's the bum, and we just did the ditty. So we have to combine those two things together, all right? So we need to go like this. Hit it, our thumb hits it and bounces off, and then go like this. Bum, ditty, bum, ditty, bum, ditty, bum, ditty, bum. If the low string is giving you trouble because it's very close to the high string, switch over to the third string. We can try that. That might be a little bit easier. Maybe that one's a better choice. So bum, ditty. So we bum, ditty, to bum, to. I almost did a brush there. We haven't gotten to that yet. I'm sorry. So bum, ditty, bum, ditty, bum, ditty, bum. And just keep working on that. It's going to be hard. Put your credit card in your hand if you need to. Bum, ditty. If you're having trouble, try a ditty ditty. You can go like this. Ditty, 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 ditty. So that time I'm hitting it and I am sounding it. So ditty, 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 ditty. That would be called like double thumbing, I guess. You would call that ditty ditty. And from there you can go to bum ditty. Ditty, ditty, bum, ditty, 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 bum, ditty, ditty, ditty. All right, so we're almost there. We have the bum ditty down in principle, in rhythm, all right? But we need to get the brush in, right? Get the chord, the whole chord. So, go bum. Instead of going ditty like this, you're going to go ditty like this. So instead of hammering down onto a single note, I'm sort of hammering down onto this low note And right before my finger hits it, or right as it hits it, I'm going like that. Wiping water off your hand. So instead of going like this, I'm going like this. Now, you don't necessarily want to flick your fingers out. I mean, you can. Some people do that, but you want to get used to instead sort of dragging your fingers down, or a combo of the two. So, bum, diddy, 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 bum, diddy. You can do diddy diddy with the strums if you want. Diddy, 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 bum, diddy, 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 bum, diddy, 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 bum. Right? So just work on that. Don't bring your other hand into it yet. Just stay on an open chord, G chord, or whatever tuning you want to do, and just work on that. Work on this and this. Work on hitting different strings for your bum part. You know, you don't always hit this one. Maybe you want to hit the top string. Hopefully that was helpful. If it wasn't, I'm sorry. But please ask more questions in the comments. I'll give you my Discord information. I'll give you a link to the Eli Gilbert's Discord, where a lot of banjo players hang out, and we can all give you help. Yeah, diddy. If you forget how to do it, if you're struggling, just go back to basics. Clawhammer. After that, you get into more advanced stuff. In this version of clawhammer, your thumb only hits this string, right? But theoretically, it could hit endless strings. I could go like this. That's called drop thumb. So I'm making the bum diddy down here instead. Speaking. So I'd wait a little bit before you get into there, but you don't have to wait too long. I think a lot of the established clawhammer people for years said, don't learn drop thumb too soon, but I learned it probably after about 3 months of playing and didn't fuck me up. And now I get compliments on my drop thumb all the time. It's probably the one thing I'm better than a lot of other banjo players. I've got a pretty good drop thumb going. So don't wait too long to get in there, but that's another lesson. So yeah, bum diddy, bum diddy, bum diddy, bum diddy, bum diddy, bum diddy. Put yourself on a metronome, click, 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 and just work on this as slow as molasses. And work on this all the time. If you're sitting on the couch, you're watching TV, work on your bum diddy. Take a sock or a sponge or whatever, and if you wedge it in the strings like this, it won't sound. So you can work on this. Don't sound good. Cool. All right. Like I said, hit me up. My name's Doc. I forgot to say that.